Hello guys, welcome to Brahmo School of Music. I'm your teacher Lopuyo Paulo Lokwawi. I'm teaching you chords today. A chord is basically a combination of three or more notes that sounds agreeably. When notes are put together, when you choose certain notes and you put together, you sound them together, and the sound that comes there is pleasing to the ear. That means that they are agreeing or they sound agreeably. So that's a chord. And there is the origin of chords. Chords come from the seven solfas. We have do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti. Do. When you repeat do, it's just a repetition of the first one. So we have seven solfas in music, and from these seven solfas, that's where the chords come from. Each solfa is a dominant or is a root of a certain chord. Each solfa, because like do is a solfa, and it makes a root of a certain chord. The next solfa also like that until the end of all the solfas that we have. We have seven chords basically. These seven chords are here, and they have originated from the seven solfas. You can look at the first line there is chords are as a result of the seven solfas. Yeah, that's true. And then the second line is Roman 1, Roman 2, like that up to Roman 7. And after Roman 7, we begin again Roman 1. That means that there are only seven chords. And after the seventh chord, we repeat again the first chord if we are following the solfas, how they are repeating themselves after an octave. Yeah, that way. We can look at the next line, the next row. We can see do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Yeah, that's just a reminder on the solfa or on the notes of music. We can follow one. There's code one there, and in the code one, there's the first note is do, the second is re, no, is mi, I mean, and the last one or the third one is so. That's code one. Code one is do, mi, so. And how codes are made is you do this. You can write all the seven solfas down as they were written in the row. In the row, there's that third row or the middle line. You can see they are all solfas there. Then going downwards, you can choose the first solfa, and then you miss the second, you choose the third. You miss the fourth, and you choose the fifth. That's how a chord is made. Actually, these are called triads. It means three, and from a triad, that's how a chord is made. Like this one, the first chord is do, mi, so. That means we have skipped re. There's re between do and mi, and there's also fa between me and so. So you choose the alternating notes to make a chord. That's how we can make a chord. There's do, mi, so. That's chord one. There's also chord two. Chord two is starts with re. The second solfa, that's do, re, just re. So it is re. We miss mi. We skip mi. I mean, we go to the next. What is fa? We skip so, and we go to la. That's how we have re, fa, la, re, fa, la, fa, re, something like that. That's chord two. Chord three is mi, so, si. It is mi. We skip the fa, we go to so. We skip the la, and we go to ti or si. T is also called si, depending on the pronunciation of where you come from. Okay, we have miso si. That's another chord. We have chord four. Miso si is chord three. Chord four is falado. Falado, la, falado. Fa, la, do, la, fa. That's chord four. This chord five. The next after fa is so. So it is so. We skip la. We go to ti. We skip do. We go to re. That's so si re. Do, re, mi, fa, so, si, re. So, si, re, si, so. This the next chord. That's the sixth chord. It is la, do, mi. That's la, do, mi. It's just la is its root. It's la, do, mi. We have skipped T between la and do, and we have also skipped re between do and mi. There's the last chord, which is the seventh chord. Chord seven is si re fa. Si re fa. It is C. The root of that chord is T or C. We are skipping do. We go to re. We skip the mi, and we go to fa. That is si re fa. Do, mi, so, si, re, fa, si, re, fa, re, si, re, fa, re, si. Yeah, that's how that chord is. And the next one is again chord 1, which is the very one. It's just like the first chord we had there. So that's basically how chords are. Those are just all chords in general. I'm not looking at there are several names of these chords after that. We've just seen the whole chords. and we can still see them here. Code 1 is do mi so, code 2 is re fa la, code 3 is mi so si, code 4 is fa la do, code 5 is so si re or so ti re, code 6 is la do mi, code 7 is called si re fa or ti re fa. That's how it is. Those are just chords generally. Actually, there are two divisions of chords. There are primary chords and there are also secondary chords. For the primary chords, we have only three primary chords. Primary chords, the first one of the primary chords, the first one is chord 1. Chord 1 is a primary chord. That is do, mi, so. And in the primary chords, we can have the root or the first note repeated at the end. That's called root position. Sometimes when you are harmonizing a song or your melody. So that the first chord 1 is a primary chord. Chord 4 as well is a primary chord. Chord 4 has these solfas, that is fa, la, and do. Those are the notes of chord 4, fa, la, do. Then we can repeat the fa, the root, which is fa, when we are using root position in the harmony, whichever. Now we're going to look at the third chord of the primary chords. It's chord 5. Chord 5 is so si re, so si re. We are just repeating the so of the first so when we repeat it there. So basically, when you are writing four parts or four voices, we can have you should have four notes. That is, if it is the first chord 1, it will have do, mi, so. Then you can repeat the do again to make them four, or you can do something else. There are inversions as well, which can be done. But before you reach to inversions, you can just use the root position. So these are the primary chords: chord 1, chord 4, and chord 5. That's do, mi, so, fa, la, do, and so, si, re. Those are the primary chords. These primary chords, if you look at them, you can see do is there. Do is in chord 1, re is in chord 5, mi is in chord 1, fa is in chord 4, so is in chord 5, la is still in chord 4, and T is in chord 5. So we have all the solvers are in these three chords. We can now look at the secondary chords. Yeah, the secondary chords are here, and there are four because we have total of 7 chords. If 3 have gone to the primary chords, then the remaining 4 will be the secondary chords. Secondary chords are chord 2, chord 3, chord 6, and chord 7. Chord 2, chord 3, chord 6, and chord 7. Chord 2 is re fa la, chord 3 is mi so si, chord 6 is la do mi, and chord 7 is si re fa. These are the secondary chords. The primary chords are these three: do, mi, so, fa, la, do, so, si, re. And the secondary chords are chord 2, which is re fa la, chord 3, which is mi so si, chord 6, la do mi, and chord 7, si, re, fa. Those are the chords that we have in music. There are not many, there are just 7. Thank you very much. My name is Lopuyo Paulo Lukawi. Thank you for keeping in touch with the Bramo School of Music. Please like this content, please share this content, subscribe to this channel. Always I'm doing this because of you. Thank you very much. Be blessed.